we're going to be walking through the steps of creating a Google Sites portfolio for your artwork. The first step that you're going to take is to go to your Google Drive. When you get to your Google Drive, you'll want to create a folder to put all your work in. So the first thing we're going to do is go here to New and Folder. And you're going to name your folder whatever the art class is that you're in. If you're in AP Print Design, that's what you'll name your folder. If you're in AP Art Studio Drawing or AP Studio 2D Design, whichever class you're in, you're going to name your folder that way. Once you get your folder created, you're going to right click on that folder, and we want to share that folder so that the work we put in there will be visible on your portfolio. So when you click on share on that folder, you're going to go to advanced, and where it says private only you can access, you're going to change that, and we want it to be anyone with the link. And then right down here, we want it to say can view. Once it says both of those things, we're going to save it. And you can see here that I have it saved right because it says anyone with the link can view. And then we're going to say done. Once you've gotten that shared, you'll be able to tell that that folder is shared just by looking at the folder. You can see there's a little person icon imposed on that folder. That indicates that your folder is shared. So we now want to open up that folder. You can see here that I have the folder open. The next step you're going to do to create a portfolio site is to go inside that folder. You're going to create new and go down to more, and then you're going to choose Google Sites. This message is telling you you're creating it in a shared folder, and you're okay with that, so you're going to say create and share. It will create your site, and the first thing you want to do is name your site, and we're going to name this one AP Print Design or AP Art Studio Drawing or AP Studio 2D Design. Whatever class you're in, you're going to name your site that.
At the end of your class name, put a dash and then your first initial dot last name.
This page that it creates first is going to be your home page, and we're going to call that one About Me. Now, in order to create more pages, you'll go over on the right side of the page. We'll go ahead and create all the pages that we need.
Open a new Google Chrome tab and type in this web address to see a list of pages that you need for your particular class.
The home page, it automatically names it home, and I want us to go up here and click on these three little dots, and we're going to rename that page to About Me. Once you get the pages that you have created, I'm going to go back to the About Me page. And this is a place that you're going to add a little information about yourself. Tell your audience about yourself. And I can do one of two things. I can go on the right hand side of the page to insert, and I can choose a text box here, or I can put my mouse down where I want to add my text, and I can double click and I'll get the same option. So I'm going to click text box, and this is a place that you will tell a little bit about yourself, your name. You'll tell maybe what grade you're in, that you go to Granbury High School, maybe a little bit about your art experiences, whatever you feel like you need to share there. Mr. Tabor may give you some more parameters on what you share here in your About Me. I'll just put a little bit of text here. If you wanted to make that text a little bigger, you have several choices. You can make it a subheading. I need to highlight that. You can make it a subheading. which will make it a little bit bigger. You can make it a heading, which will make it bigger still, or you can make it a title, however you want that to look. If you want this section to stand out a little, you can go here to the little color palette and make choices there. Mr. Tabor again will give you more information on what you need to put on these certain pages over here. So you'll go to him for details about that. Another thing that you can do to kind of customize your site or your portfolio, you can see here that my 3 pages are listed up at the top. This is kind of a personal preference. If you put your mouse over this top section, you'll see a little gear setting, and it'll give me the opportunity to change between top navigation and side navigation. I'm going to choose to put mine over here on the side, and then I click here and you can see the different pages that I have. So I'm going to, I want to look and see what it looks like so far. So I'm going to click on this little eyeball preview button. When you do that, down in the bottom right corner of your screen, you'll see that this is what your site's going to look like on a screen, a computer screen. This is what your site would look like on a tablet, and this is what your site would look like on a phone. So just to give you a little idea of the preview, once you're finished with that, you can close the preview button and it will take you back to where you can edit your site. Once you have it built, all the pages added, you can go over to themes, and this will give you some choices about how your site looks. You can kind of customize that. I can go in here and change the font. I can change the color. So you can customize the color here. So look at some of the options there. Another thing you can do is the header type. You can make it a banner, which is what we have here. You can make it a large banner where that's bigger, or you can make it title only so that it doesn't have any background. You can go in and change the color of this background and do some customizing there. Once you get your site like you want it, you can work on this as much as you want, and it is not published out on the web until you go here and click publish. Once you click publish, it's going to ask you for a site location, and I would probably think it's a good idea to name your site maybe art and your last name. Another choice that you have to make is whether anyone at Granbury ISD or anyone on the web. If you're going to use this portfolio for scholarship applications, college applications, job applications, something like that, so that others besides people at granburyisd.org need to view it, you would want to choose anyone on the web. Once you have those choices made, I would go ahead and use anyone on the web. You can go back in and change it later if you want. I'm going to click publish, and it's going to take a minute, and then it's going to tell me that my site has been published successfully. So now I want to look at my published site. I want to view that published site, so I'm going to go to the drop down beside publish, and I'm going to do view published site. And this is what the site that I have created so far looks like. And if you're satisfied with that, you can close that out. And I'm going to go ahead and close out this editing piece and show you, if you come back later and you want to work on your site, the best way to get to it is to open this folder. There's your site. Open that up and you can make edits here. Know that any of the changes that you make will be saved for you. However, they will not be reflected on your site until you go back in and click publish. So you can go in and work on changes. If you have something that you want to add, maybe a picture, and you'll want to store all the things that you're going to put on your website in this folder that you made called AP Print Design. Um, so if I wanted to put a picture that I had taken of my artwork, I would choose, I'm going to add something from Drive. Obviously, I don't have any pictures of artwork, so I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to add a picture that I happen to have in my Google Drive. And there's my picture. I can move that around on the site to make it look like I want it to. I can resize it, that kind of thing. If you wanted a picture up in your banner, you can take a picture and drag up here and it will reconfigure your title. So know that those are some options. Again, you can add another text box beside it or under it to explain about your artwork. And again, Mr. Tabor will give you parameters of how he wants that to look. But for now, these are the things that I think you need to know just to create your site. Be sure and put your pieces that are going to be on your site in this folder so that the shared settings will be right. And don't forget, after you make changes, to go in and publish your site.